Hey everyone, what's going on? Ash and Rima here from MEOdyssey, and today BioWare and Mass Effect have released a brand new cinematic trailer, and if you want the TLDR version of our briefing, it's awesome. Lots of characters,
very awesome.
Nice story elements, and nice setting throughout. We really enjoyed it. But what we're going to do is we're going to kind of divide it into three sections, main sections. We're going to talk about the story element of the trailer first. We're then going to go on to the characters we see in the video, and then we're going to end up with like the setting and everything like that as well. So first of all, we're going to talk about the story element there. So Rima, you did make some notes on this.
So it looks like they're basically approaching Habitat 7, which is what, as Alec Ryder describes it, New Earth. And they seem to approach it, and the planet seems to be kind of being, I don't know, eaten or destroyed by some weird, like, dust tornadoes. I can't really describe what it is, but we've got a video going to be discussing it in the future anyway, so we'll talk about it then properly. But yeah, they arrive, and you see Scott Ryder walking onto, like, the bridge, and we think it's the Ark, because you see the Ark kind of moving around later on. And it does look different from the Tempest Bridge, and you get to see all your characters and crew and stuff, which we'll discuss later. But yeah, it looks like they've basically arrived in Andromeda, and they've approached their destination, which was discussed in the initiative videos, basically, that they would land at a destination, and things aren't going so great.
No, I was going to say, it does seem that they are running low on resources.
Yeah, and they're stranded as well, and they've got part of a nexus, not a full nexus, and there's no other arcs, so something's clearly gone wrong in the mission at some point, and it just seems to be bad times in general.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not the perfect arrival to a new galaxy.
No, and you made a point when we were not recording that you get to have a little bit more of a view of like bits of the Tempest and the Ark that we haven't seen,
yes,
the pods and things like that.
Yeah.
But it does look like there's no atmosphere in there.
Yeah, no, it's it's where the cryosleep chambers are and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just an interesting to get like a different perspective on what we've seen before. So yeah.
And then it seems to be that they somehow managed to encounter, when they're bad times, they managed to encounter the alien who will most likely be our antagonist, it looks like, and in his big ginormous ship, and we'll discuss that later as well. But they approach him, and he kind of has a little chat with them. I'm Archon, you know. Yeah. And then and then you get to see a bit more of the crew gearing up. Get to see more of landscapes, and it just looks like there's a lot of like heavy tense moments. That there's a lot of like flying from things. I can't describe it more than pretty much what it was. It looks like it's high intensity and very epic, and there's going to be a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah, no, we're going to need to concentrate when this game comes out, because there's going to be a lot of stuff going on from
there's
a lot of stuff.
Directions. Yeah, but that's basically it. So yeah, they reach Andromeda, bad stuff happens, it wasn't expected. That whatever happened, something went wrong, and then we might meet the antagonist somehow. And the antagonist does not seem very friendly, and then bad times occur after. But
we actually get to see a full-on shot of them this time. You said they look like Twi'leks from Star Wars.
Yeah, they look so much like Twi'leks. They look like especially the woman in the background. She looks like she has like the two tendrils, like the Twi'leks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought they were like alien cat people. I'm just gonna say that. The faces, anyway.
Yeah.
The rest of them, not so much, but yeah, no. But we said to see at least one new alien race as well. I don't know if there's going to be more new alien races other than the antagonist race and these ones, but hopefully so. But yeah, so in terms of the story in that, that's kind of the main points. It seems like and I say this in air quotes that nobody will ever see, Golden World that we arrive at is not quite as golden as originally thought.
It seems like it's in a pretty bad shape, yeah.
Yeah, it's more like a manky apple than a golden world. So so that's kind of our basis on the story stuff. We're gonna move on to the characters now, because this was
that's like the bread and butter of this trailer.
Yeah, first and foremost, this was a very character-driven trailer. We finally, and I'm going to start off with the two people that we haven't seen yet, that we now have finally seen, which is Liam and Cora. He's a British guy. We're very happy with this. And
he's a bit more of, how should I say it? Not a hoity-toity British guy.
No. They've gone for rough South London.
Yeah, he's like a South Londoner.
Where I'm from, kind of,
it's very good. I like it.
Yeah.
And then you got Cora as well.
Cora, for me personally, there's very much a badass feel about her.
Yeah,
it is revealed in the AI Initiative one, which I know you're going to do a separate video on later on, that she did spend 4 years with Asari Commandos. So, badass right out of the bat right there. So yeah, but she looks like she could very much take care of herself. Other characters we see prominently is Scott Ryder, of course. Rima falling in love with the character already. We don't see Alec Ryder, but we hear him quite prominently at the beginning. As well, so at some point maybe they're all still together. Maybe?
It does, well, from the Andromeda Initiative video, and again we're not going to talk too much about that, but it does seem like they will start off together. And from the Game Informer article, it does sound like the twins are present with their father on the Hyperion at some point. The main notable absence is that you don't get to see Sarah Ryder in this. And I know there's supposedly something to do with her cryostasis, according to Game Informer, that, you know, she won't be present in the storyline if you're playing Scott Ryder, but she isn't present in this.
Yeah,
at all.
In this particular trailer,
there's not a single present that
she has no focus
together,
in this trailer. No. So we had Scott, we had Alec, who was heard but not seen. We saw more of PB. We saw Cora, of course. We saw Liam, who I'm slowly falling in love with. I will be completely honest.
I'm
not afraid to say that.
There's going to be an awesome bromance, but
I personally hope he
bromance.
gets his own DLC. I'm going to say it right now. So
Liam,
I want a Liam DLC.
Just Liam, just all
just
Liam.
Nothing but Liam. So
we're biased,
just for me,
why.
by the way. Do it. But we get to see Vetra as well. She gets a little line of dialogue there as well. But she
so
looks
good.
badass
Yeah,
as well.
she's like, please, you're not really going to go out there on your own. I just think that she's also going to be like a proper badass. And last time we got to see a female Turian was Nyreen from the Omega DLC, and she was very cool. But Vetra just seems like she's going to be she almost seems like she's going to be very blunt and direct to you from that one line. So I'm looking forward to having that kind of Turian. I wonder whether she's going to be anything. I don't think they're going to take her like Garrus and make him I don't think she's going to be as funny, but I do think she's going to be very to the point.
I think she'll have her moments, definitely.
Yeah.
So yeah, very much looking forward to seeing more of Vetra. We finally get to see the face of our Solarian pilot.
Oh, so cute.
Hello, Jeff, and you just want to sit there and just hug him, I think.
Yeah.
Because he's very cute. He has a very startled face when you see him because the ship's in trouble and he's just like, oh crap, what do I do?
My little scared lizard friend.
Yeah, you just want to hug him and say everything will be okay. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem like everything's going to be okay.
No.
Sorry, Callow.
No.
But yeah, looking forward to seeing more of him. Of course, we get to see Drac.
And he's kicking ass. Kicking ass and being a bro. Yeah. Everyone's being a bro in this video. I love it.
Kicking ass and taking names. He doesn't seem to care what names they are. So.
I don't need an army. I have a Krogan.
Smack! You just see him punch someone down.
And then at the very start of the trailer, there's a female voice at the start of the trailer. And we've had some debate about who it could be. But I think it sounds like an older female. An older female voice. And I don't know who that is. It doesn't sound like... I don't think it sounds like anyone we've heard yet.
I thought initially it sounded like Cora. I then kind of thought it might have been PB. And then you said earlier on it might even sound like Jen Garson.
Yeah, it's just...
because Alec Ryder answers it afterwards, it makes me more inclined to think it is Jen Garson. But it doesn't sound exactly like any of them.
No, it doesn't sound any of them. And I just think it has a degree of age to it compared to the other ones.
Mama Ryder? Well,
it could be, but that implies that she's possibly there. True. At the time or something like that. I'm curious. I'm most curious about that. All of the characters so far, I'm most curious about that voice now, because that's an unnamed character we just don't know, and clearly Alec Ryder has some form of relationship with that person, or he's talking to her.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe people can give us some kind of ideas of who it is, but I think it sounds like definitely an older voice. The trailer is very heavily focused on the crew and the relationships, but you can tell that there's going to be moments of passion. Obviously you get to see romance between Scott and Cora. They are a much more youthful, less mature crew, so there's a lot of tension and they're pent up on a ship together.
Yeah.
No wonder. But yeah, I loved it. I like the idea that there's going to be drama and the emotional side to the story, which is why I keep saying I love the emotional side of the characters, as well as the fact that the story looks like it's going to be very big and grandiose as well.
I think the main last character we really wanted to focus on was Archon. which was the main antagonist, and boy, he is not a looker. I'm gonna be honest.
And yeah, he looks like the cat that we've seen, like milky eyes and just ugly face, but I'm looking forward to getting to know Archon. You never know. He might be a witty dude.
Well, it does seem that he is the main antagonist now.
He also looks like he's like really powerful from whatever like the
there's a moment where he's kind of like, he looks like he's wired to something, and he's suddenly like waking up or stretching, I don't know. But suddenly there's a big explosion that comes out. I don't think that's from the same scene, but who knows. But yeah, very interesting character. Would love to know more about it, because as much as we talk about the crew and the protagonists and things like that and how much we love them, a good story is made up of two different sides, which is the protagonist and the antagonist, and I love the kind of the feel I get from this antagonist. So I'm just waiting to see more.
My only worry about the antagonist so far is, yes, he does look like he's quite formidable, and he looks quite like, I don't know, what's the good word for it? He looks like he's gonna mess us up at some point. Yeah. But my worry about him is we've seen this kind of antagonist, and obviously we have no context to know what he's going to be like, but we've seen antagonists very much like this in a lot of games, and we've seen them in BioWare games already, where you've got this like very, very odd looking, kind of like stony looking, tall, deep voiced dude who probably taps into an ancient power and is just like, I want to rule everything. Like, I hope he's not that kind of guy. You know what I mean? Like that kind of archetype of like antagonist where like they don't have much to say. They are formidable and they are testing them in like the protagonist, but I'm hoping that there's some form of like actual character there too, with a personality that makes you want to actually get to know them, and he's not just a force for you to fight against. But we've already talked about that in a wish list, and I don't want to do any more of it. But that's my main thing. I really do. I'm with you. I want to know more about the antagonist, way more.
Yeah.
But we also got to see his ship, which is big and scary. Yeah. And there's little mini ships that look like they come out from the big ship. Before we end the video, I think we should probably say what our favorite bit on the trailer was.
The group shot.
Group shot?
Apart from the fact that Vetra wasn't in it, slightly disappointed in that, but it was the group shot of them all stood there like, go Power Rangers, yeah. So I've called them Pathfinder Squad personally. So. But yeah, that was my personal favourite.
My favourite moment has to be the bro fist to the shoulder. Because that's going to be my favourite relationship in this game, is going to be those two dudes, I think. I'm going to have to do a Scott Ryder run through just so I can have the bromance, I think. Also, we should make a point that this is one of probably several videos coming out from this day. We've got this video on the analysis for the cinematic trailer, and then we've probably got like 2 odd videos coming for the Andromeda Initiative coming out within probably the next 5 days. Where the next one should probably be around Saturday.
Yes, so, and then a normal one on hopefully Tuesday. So
that's probably why you're wondering if we've missed out bits. It's probably because we're covering them in other videos because they make more sense, and there's things that we really want to discuss, but we want to spend more time on them. So
yes.
Yeah.
And that's it. So yeah, so let us know what you think of the trailer down in the comments below. We really want to know on this one. Did you like the trailer? Did you not like the trailer? If so, let us know. What about the characters? Do you like the fact that we finally get to see Cora and Liam? Again, let us know.
Woo!
And yeah, that's it. So thank you very much for listening and for watching. As always, you can subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all things Mass Effect, and you can help the channel to grow by sharing the video too. Thanks again. We'll see you all very soon.